Meet blubbery. Oops, sorry, that should be blueberry. Meet blueberry. Blueberry is in the superfamily Giraffoidea, the family Giraffidae, the genus Giraffa. You can see where this is headed. And the species Camelopardalis. Sort of a left turn on the species name. Because apparently, to whoever named it first, it looks like the product of a camel and a leopard. Humping, kill me. But listen, you're stuck with the first name you get. That's what Billy Ballsack Chin used to tell me. Although the face of the giraffe can resemble a horse that's been vacuum sealed, it is not a horse. Like cows and camels, the giraffe is an even-toed ungulate, meaning that it supports its weight on two hooves that surround what would be its third and fourth toe. They look like two little shoes, worn by someone who needs to go to the bathroom. This little piggy had roast beef, this little piggy had none. And that's it. That's the whole rhyme for them. Sort of a bummer. The horse, on the other hand, is a roast beef-only odd-toed ungulate, which supports its weight on a single hoof evolved from its third digit. That's right. Horse be flipping you off 4 times. Like all even-toed ungulates, the giraffe is a ruminant feeder. It first ferments what it eats in a tummy part called the rumen. And there's plenty of room in there. Dad joke. Then it gently barfs the food all the way back up its neck to its mouth to give it a bit more of a chew. Don't front, you've had a second visit from a chicken enchilada before, and you kept chewing. Spicy. One of the giraffe's favorite foods to mouth barf are the leaves of the acacia tree, which you can see here. You might recognize this shot from page 4 of Happy Giraffe, Sad Giraffe. Page 6 is much worse. One of the bummers about loving to eat acacia leaves is they come served on a barbed wire skewer. It's like trying to enjoy a trail mix that someone added wood screws to. I'm saying the thorns are big. To get at leaves like these, it has modified mouth parts. On the top of the camel's mouth, which looks like a very uncomfortable pair of shoes, the front teeth have migrated to the back to help with the chewing. In their place is a fleshy dental pad. Not the best name, is it, dental pad? In any case, the dental pad is used in conjunction with the bottom teeth to grab and tear at leaves. Their lips are tough like a cowboy, but bendy to help them navigate thorns. If a thorn gets through, their mouth and throat are protected by an especially thick and slobbery saliva. Giraffes also have a prehensile tongue, which means their tongue is not quite hensile, just a little before that. It's also crazy. Look at it, it's like a very naughty eel. This tongue spends a lot of time outdoors and is purplish-black in color to help protect it from the sun. It is a long tongue, up to 10 inches long. To put that into perspective, your digestive tract from your mouth to to the other side is 36 giraffe tongues long. Well, that's not helpful, is it? How about if you put 18 tongues in one side and then 18 tongues in the other, they would meet in the middle. Well, that's even worse. Let's just move on. If nutrition is scarce, they will round out their diet through osteophagy, gumming and chewing on bones to get at calcium and phosphorus. I know what you're thinking. Stop it. Don't stoop down to their level. Well, that doesn't work, does it? When the giraffe is thirsty, it assumes the position of a very drunk person trying to pick up a quarter, splaying its legs to an almost 90-degree angle. Due to its long-ass neck, valves in its jugular vein close and prevent blood from rushing to its head. It's a fairly vulnerable position, so when they drink, they make the most of it. It is thought to drink in a pump-like fashion, closing its throat and moving its jaw back to pull water into its mouth. It then closes its mouth, opens its throat, and forces water back into its esophagus. Gulp by gulp, it fills up its neck like it was a bong-sized shot glass. When it lifts its head, the water rushes down into its tum-tum, and the valves in its veins open back up. You may have noticed that the giraffe is very, very fun to look at. However, it is also very tall. Indeed, the tallest giraffe is taller than any other giraffe. Well, that's not helpful. Giraffe babies come partially pre-stretched. On their lower parts, the most remarkable stretching is that of the metatarsal and metacarpal bones. Whoa! Whoa there! This little fella's sleepy. These bones that make up almost half of their leg length are analogous to the bones in our hands and feet. What appear to be the giraffe's knees are actually its wrists and ankles. To support an average adult weight of over 2,600 pounds, these little spindly sticks come with suspenders. A suspensory ligament runs down a groove in these bones and helps bear the weight. The outsides of the legs are wrapped tightly with a sort of compression hose made of fascia. This helps prevent blood from pooling in their legs when they stand. While walking forwards, the front part of the giraffe looks a bit like the butt parts of someone wearing leopard print leggings who is walking backwards. It moves both limbs on one side of its body while balancing on the other two. You can try this. Instead of swinging your arms opposite your legs, try swinging them on the same side. It looks graceful on a giraffe, but you will look like an idiot. When it runs, however, the giraffe go ahead and switch the style up, breaking into a galloping stride that can reach 37 miles per hour. It is easy to see that the giraffe is very naked. It has the same number of bones in its neck as we do, 7 cervical vertebrae. Other long-necked animals, like birds, achieve their longness by the addition of cervical vertebrae. The flamingo, for example, has 19. But the giraffe thinks birds are stupid, especially the oxpecker, which is named an oxpecker because it looks like an ox. That's not true. Like the rest of its body, the giraffe's neck is covered in a unique pattern of spots, which it partially inherits from its mother. This remarkable camouflage makes the giraffe virtually invisible. Where are they? You don't know. Sitting at a great heightedness, the giraffe's head can sometimes look like someone papier-mâchéd a few extra bumps on a freeze-dried donkey. These bumps are ossified cartilage called ossicones. On females, they have cute little tufts on them. Male ossicones are more knobby-knobby and used to beat the crap out of each other, sort of. Male giraffes fight a bit like those dudes that don't dance at concerts and just stand there with their hands in their pockets, and one gets bumped into and is all like, chill bro, and bumps back, and the other guy's like, I'm not your bro, and leans in hard, and the other guy pushes back like, that's not what your mom said. Well, then I'd be your son, dad. I'm not your dad, bro, and it goes on like that until one is dominant. Although this can look like a mellow affair, these blows are strong enough to break a neck. The risk is worth it, however, in order to gain access to a potential mate. The male will check a female's readiness to mate by smelling and tasting her urine, which is certainly one way to do it. Don't judge. I mean, you can judge the one in the background that's watching the whole thing. That one's a perv. But the rest? That is just how the giraffe do. Many people assume that giraffes evolved their long necks due to browsing competition and gained an advantage in eating from high places. However, giraffes spend most of their... this relationship just got interesting. However, giraffes spend much of their time eating more horizontally, not on their tippy toes. Another theory says that the long necks are due to an advantage in sexual selection and combat. However, females don't fight and their necks are long too. To gain clues about the giraffe's evolutionary past, we must look at its closest living relative, the okapi. Oh, for f***'s sake, you can't learn anything from that. That's like trying to learn the principles of Swiss minimalist design from a Lisa Frank sticker. No, I didn't collect them. Yes, I did. I know what you're thinking, though. Maybe neither theory is correct. That's because you can see it just as well as I can. And if you're not going to say it, I am. The nose of a giraffe looks suspiciously like a sock puppet, and not just any sock puppet. A sock puppet that looks like it's trying to pretend to be a giraffe, but is really a duck. The same duck whose nose looks suspiciously like a cartoon dog. Yes, that's right. I'm saying the dog is to the duck as the duck is to the giraffe. Now bear with me. A sock puppet in the shape of a duck pretending to be a giraffe may look very good on television, but not so much in the wild. A sock puppet such as this would have difficulty blending into its environment. Therefore, it would make sense for the sock puppet to add giraffe-like features to blend in. I know what they'll say. They'll say your theory is obviously backed by the science, but who would want a very long sock puppet out in the middle of the savannah? Oh, I don't know, maybe the lions? Duh, so they can see farther and have the element of surprise. And this also would explain why you always see lions about when you come across an empty giraffe. That is what you were thinking, right? Because if not, that would be embarrassing. Unless you're a duck. And you get it, don't you? Come here, ducky. Many conservation and anti-poaching efforts in Africa and around the world are kept going by tourism and through volunteer work. The COVID-19 crisis impacts not only people, but also many animals that require protection. Wildlife Act, whose footage appeared in this video, is an organization that is deeply impacted by the current circumstances. If you have the interest, time, or resources, please look at the link below for more information on how to help. Be safe. Let me get this straight. You want zebra camouflage on your ass and your legs, and a little on your head, and that's it. Yep. You realize in a pack of zebras, you will appear as a floating steak. Yep.